Hey, my friends. Thanks for joining me. Andrew Axiom with Axiom Outdoor Adventures. How you guys been? I'm doing pretty good. I'm awake during the daylight and there's no snow on the ground, so I'm going to get outside here in just a few minutes and shoot some slingshots. But not just any slingshot. Today, I am very excited to get outside and shoot a new one for me. I've had it for a few weeks, but I haven't been able to get outside because of the weather. And I will show you which one it is here. It is the new Carbon Fiber Axiom from SimpleShot. And that is just a gorgeous frame. Feels really good in the hand, and I really like the way carbon fiber looks. I've watched a few videos on how they make it. It's a really neat process. But I have the original, I have the new carbon fiber here, but I did want to do some comparisons just in the specs. So I have the Axiom Pro and the original, which is made out of plastic. All very good frames, and the specs are very similar. So I wanted to take a look at the specs, and to do that, I have the website, the SimpleShot website, pulled up here with all three frames and their tech specs pulled up so we can look at them. But I did want to mention, while I have the website pulled up here, I am now a SimpleShot affiliate. So yeah, that's the button I was looking for. And I'll put my affiliate link down in the description. Enough. Okay, I guess I did it again. I'll put my affiliate link down in the description. So if you want to order some through my link, that would be very much appreciated. But even if you don't, SimpleShot has amazing products, and you will be very happy with any of the Axioms, I think. I just realized today when I was looking at their website, I have all of the Axioms except for one of them, and trying to remember real quick which one that is. I'll look it up in a minute. But anyway, let's look at the specs on these. And this is the carbon fiber one here today. I'm going to be outside shooting, and the specs are pretty much the same for all of them, at least the important ones to me. And that is that these are all 90 millimeter frames with 23 millimeter fork tips. 90 millimeter is my preferred frame at the moment because it's what I'm best with. Have been working on some more narrow fork widths, and I want to start shooting some pickle forks, but I fork hit it every time I try right now. Anyway, that's a different story. So let's look at the other two. The Axiom Pro here has pretty much the same specs as far as the fork width and the overall width and the fork width is what I was trying to say there. Both 90 and 23. Where the Pro, well, where all three of them do vary is the weight. And I was kind of proud of myself. I guessed it right when I was talking about this on a video before, when I unboxed this actually. I guessed it somewhere in between the plastic and the Pro, and I was right on the weight. The weight on the new carbon fiber one is, let me find it again there, 96.39 grams. The weight on the Pro is 161 grams. So not quite half the weight, but it's a substantial amount less. And then we'll look at the plastic one here. It's only 79.3, so essentially 80 grams. So yeah, it's got some more heft, the carbon fiber one does, than the Pro. Than the plastic one, but still a little bit lighter than the Pro, which I think would be really beneficial in a long day of shooting, like the Spring Sling tournament we have coming up. By the way, if you haven't got tickets to that, you want to get some, because you get a free t-shirt and all kinds of cool stuff if you do it ahead of time. And if you do come to that and you see me there, come up and say hi. I'm going to be selling some of my kangaroo leather pouches and some microfiber ones as well. But even if you don't buy any pouches, come up and say hi. I'd love to meet you. But yeah, for a long day of shooting, like a tournament or something, I think that's a really good kind of happy medium there, because you got more heft than the plastic one, and it's still very strong, like the carbon fiber stuff is. I think that's the big benefit of it, is the weight to strength ratio, but it's not quite as heavy as the Pro. And if you hear some banging around in here, my dog and cat are both in here with me. But so let's look at some other specs. The weight was one difference. And then I've noticed, I think the handle thickness was a little bit different on the plastic than the other two. Handle thickness, 20 millimeters on the plastic. I think it was pretty much the same on the other two. And I assume, or no, that was 20 millimeters on the carbon fiber and the Pro. That's what I was saying. Yeah, they're the same. The plastic one, though, and I assume it's a product of manufacturing, is thinner, 12.7. And I never really noticed that too much. Those are definitely, let me switch over here. So this is the Pro and the carbon fiber, and they feel the same in the hand. Let me hold the plastic one up beside and see if visually it looks thinner. Yeah, I mean, I can see that it's a little different, but it doesn't feel different enough in the hand to really have made a difference to me. I like the way that the handle feels. That's why I really like the Axioms. My first frame I bought as an adult when I got reintroduced to slingshots was the Axiom Ocularis. And I'm trying to bring up the Axioms here. I want to see which one I don't have. Okay, so I have the Ocularis, the Axiom, the carbon fiber now. The Pro, the Ocularis Pro is the one I do not have, and I would like to get that because I do like the Axiom Ocularis. I do have an Axiom X that I put a ding in when I wasn't even shooting it. My hand slipped before I even drew back, and that's a different story. But I also have an Axiom Champ. I don't get along with the Axiom Champ really well, but I wanted to have one because I'm somewhat of a collector. Not as much as some people I know, but I do like certain ones, and I wanted the whole Axiom family. So once I get the Ocularis Pro, I will have the entire Axiom family. Enough yapping. I'm going to band up this carbon fiber one, head out in the backyard. There's some rain moving in this afternoon, but I think I can beat it. So I will meet you guys out there, and we will take some shots with the new carbon fiber Axiom from SimpleShot. This is an up close and better view of this beautiful frame out in the daylight. That carbon fiber pattern on there I think is really neat. Like the way it looks in the light, but I really, more importantly, like the way it feels. I have just put a splatter target up down there at 10 meters. And as I mentioned earlier, I haven't shot for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. I'm just going to take a few shots with this at 10 meters, see if I can get on that splatter target at all. I'm using some of the kangaroo pouches that I've made, by the way, and I've actually got this one turned inside out where the fuzzy part of the leather is against my fingers there, and I thoroughly approve of using these that way if you get some from me or anybody else. I like the way that the smooth leather part feels against my fingers when they get a little more broken in, but until they get broken in, I will sometimes, well, a lot of times shoot them that way. It makes it easier to grip, and if you like to keep shooting them that way even after they're broken in, nothing wrong with that. Just a little low, about 5 o'clock. Well, not a little low, it was low into the outside. But at least I didn't get a frame hit. I really like the fiber optics on here. I can see them pretty well out here in the light. I don't know if you can. There you go, that's a little better. A lot of people don't care for those. I really like them. If you don't like them, they're easy enough to take off of there. Just clip them off with a knife or scissors or fingernail clippers, whatever. They'll come right off. And if you break them, they're easy to put back on with a cigarette lighter and a refill. You can get refills off of Amazon or anywhere. But I like them. All right, I got on the splatter target on the second shot. I feel pretty good about that after 3 weeks of not shooting. thought I had a band tear. Okay, that was just to the outside at 3 o'clock. Really like that in-between weight though of the plastic and the Pro. Oh, 4 o'clock outside. I'm just going around the outside of the splatter target. Take a couple more on this, and I'm going to move down to those metal targets on the tree down there. I want my hand a little bit further up. I like my hand pretty close up on the fork tips there. I feel like that was kind of why I was shooting right around the outside. I was back too far off of it. Yeah, that put me inside the splatter target at least a little bit. See if I can get a few more on it. Got that one. Oh, held that shot a little too long, started shaking, and it went a little high. Not too bad though for blowing the cobwebs out. So those are obviously the ones I got on there, but that's what I was talking about. I was just shooting right around the outside, and I feel like it's because I wasn't choked up enough on my fork tips. So that seemed to correct it for me. Let's see if I can hit any of those metal targets right down there on the corner of that tree. It's been too long since I've heard that ding, but it may be a few shots before I hear it. Wait for this car to get by. One ring-a-ding-a. I moved back in here. I'm going to take some more shots at the cardboard because I want to keep practicing for a while, but I'm out here in the middle of the day and there's more traffic out there than normal. And I'm not going to hit those cars out there, but if people see me, they don't necessarily know that. And because I want to be a good steward of the sport, I'm just going to move in here for now, but I'm going to keep taking some shots on this cardboard and see how much yellow I can put on that black there. Well, there is quite a bit of pedestrian traffic out there today as well, people walking their dogs and stuff. So I think I'm going to go in and eat some lunch, take a little break, and this afternoon I think I'm going to put some just a smidge longer bands on there, and I'll show you why. So it'll take quite a few shots out here, but they're all going up here to the northeast, if you will. And I think that's because my bands are just a smidge too short. I'd like to have them just a little bit longer because on some of those shots, as I was holding, trying to get on target, it was causing me to shake quite a bit. And I just don't want them that tight. So I think I'm going to add about a 1/4 inch, come back out later this afternoon and try it again. But I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the Axiom carbon fiber, which is, as you guessed, probably, I really like it. I really like the Axiom from SimpleShot in general. As I've said many times lately, it's currently my favorite mass-produced frame. And this carbon fiber model is no exception. I really, I don't know if I'm going to say I like it better than the Pro, but I will definitely be taking both the Pro and the carbon fiber with me to the spring sling. They just fit my hand well, and the Axioms always have. I'm going to try to show you what I'm talking about. The little thumb groove there, so to speak, it just fits my hand on both sides perfectly. It always has my finger rest right there in the top one, and my thumb. I shoot pinch grip or brace grip depending on how tired my hand is, but this works great for either one. And I really like that intermediate weight. Like I said, Ruby does not like being in the house very much. I left her in there because the yard is so muddy. Let's see if we can get Ruby's thoughts on the new carbon fiber Axiom. What do you think about it, Rube? Oh, she's whispering in my ear. Oh, she said it was fantastic. She loves it. You like it, Ruby? Yeah. What a good girl. Well, there you have it. From me and Ruby, get yourself an Axiom carbon fiber from SimpleShot. You won't be sorry. Thanks for joining me, my friends, and Ruby.